So this morning I wake up and I take my daughter to the dentist, and while she's getting her teeth cleaned, I decide I'm going to do a little doom scrolling. And I pop on good old social media, and the first thing I see is this story about how President Donald Trump granted immunity to Giselle Maxine while the Epstein files sit stashed away in some drawer on Pam Bondi's desk, acting like they don't exist. I'm sorry, what? I can't take this. Let me keep scrolling, right? Next post I see, I'm not even kidding you. The next post I see is a Palestinian mother holding what looks like a corpse that's still breathing, which is her child, starving to death, wrapped in a makeshift diaper she made out of a plastic trash bag. Not because the child isn't of age and potty trained, but simply because he is too emaciated to walk to the bathroom when he has to go. I keep scrolling in hopes I might find some comedic relief or something relatable. I don't know, a feel-good story, but no. The next story I see is a bunch of ICE agents huddled around a mother who is lying on the floor of a courtroom house in America, clutching to her toddler, begging them, both of them crying and begging to not be separated and sent to a concentration camp. All of this is unfolding on my phone in real time while I'm about to go home and use that dental form I had to overpay for to register my daughter for an education that's been defunded by the United States government. And when I'm done doing that, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to clean my flooded basement because of a storm I didn't know was coming, so I wasn't prepared for. Again, because my government has defunded the National Weather Association. And when I'm done doing that, I'm going to hop online and try to revamp my budget for the third time this week so I can accommodate for my $27,000 in medical debt and $30,000 in credit card debt. And I know what you're thinking. That's your gross financial negligence. No, this is the reality for a majority of Americans because they have completely eliminated the working middle class. And I know you're probably wondering, Bella, what's your point? Because I'm asking you the same thing. What's your point? What is your breaking point? Seriously, are we not at the point where we are actually ready to fight for our country? Are we not there yet? Right now, as we speak, we've got actual KKK members creating military training facilities in Tennessee and Kentucky, preparing for a war chock full of hate crimes and constitutional violations, while we sit on the internet doom scrolling or ordering from the very companies that are funding them. We continue about our lives as if nothing is wrong, like we're literal robots watching hundreds, and I mean literally hundreds of videos of children being ripped from the arms of their parents so they can be sent to concentration camps, literal concentration camps where they are raped and fed maggots or die in the custody of ICE. How many videos alone have you seen in the past week of innocent women and men being picked up by rogue men wearing masks and tactical gear from their places of employment, construction sites, farms, courthouses, or the very homes that they own and pay property taxes on? We have real life pedophilia rings being ran by the President of the United States of America. We have convicted pedophiles being granted immunity again by the President of the United States of America. Our poor and our sick in the United States of America can't get food or health care because our tax dollars are being sent to fund the starvation of children in Palestine. We are incinerating millions of dollars in food that our tax dollars already paid for so they can starve civilian children in Palestine. Right now, while you watch this video, Israeli soldiers are using bullets your tax dollars paid for to pick children off who are standing in line to get food after starving for months. While you watch this video that is happening in real time and it is funded by your tax dollars. We have actual KKK members, actual Ku Klux Klan members cosplaying as ICE agents so they can kidnap minorities in broad daylight and take them to undisclosed locations where they rape and murder them. All of these atrocities happening on American soil or with American tax dollars are simultaneously occurring while billionaires get tax breaks, so the rich grow richer and the poor grow poor. System after system flourishing under American capitalistic greed. We have a Food and Drug Administration that intentionally feeds us poison to decrease our life expectancy so our government doesn't have to pay the Social Security they have been unjustifiably taking out of our taxes since the moment you started working. And if that's not bad enough, we have a healthcare system that's been privatized, which we overpay for, that intentionally denies our claims after collecting billions of dollars in premiums, and nobody in the government on the right or the left is advocating for any of this to stop. Nobody is doing anything. As a matter of fact, what has our government done? Defunded our children's education. And even if you claim to support this administration, understand that your cities and states, your children's lives are washing away in natural disasters all across the country without regard to red or blue. While your president conspires to hide his perverse transgression, his top priority is not saving the people who voted him into power. No, it's using that power to hide his perverse transgressions. And all the while, it's business as usual for the American racist machine, right? Black men are still being beaten, harassed, and murdered by police officers, except now there's an uptick in it because they feel emboldened by the current administration. Now we have black women who are reduced to rotting corpse being kept alive by machines because a non-viable fetus has more rights in this country than a woman or her husband or her family or a legal immigrant, for that fucking matter. The world used to watch us and laugh, but now they're watching in horror. They are terrified for 330 million American citizens. The politicians that say they're here for us, the best thing they do is walk out or demonstrate their outrage. There is no actionable consequences being rendered against a fascist dictator terrorizing American society. And the American people are no better. We're performative at absolute best. We will gather hundreds of thousands of bodies on the ground to protest outside of capitals and government buildings, but not outside of literal concentration camps where children are dying in custody and adults are being fed maggots for dinner. This is not a time for peaceful protest. Guys, things are not going to get better. They are going to get worse and worse and worse. And every single day I wake up in America, I see it getting worse and worse and worse as we continue on as robots. You are not going to have a peaceful demonstration that is going to inspire fascist dictators to rally to your cause. You cannot convince your oppressor to give you freedom. This is a time for civil discord and disobedience. This is a time for rebellion and revolution. This is a call for action. What more do you need? What is it going to take to ignite that fire in your belly? Where is the youth? Where is the action? Why aren't we plotting? Why aren't we assembling? Do you need a reminder? Well, here it is. We are the many and they are the few. America is for the people and by the people, and freedom has always been here, but it requires taking. We have to take it. Make no mistake, they have waged a war against us and they are winning. They are winning. A war is won by fighting countless battles, and battle number one should be stopping crimes against humanity from being committed on American soil on August 5th. Instead of us protesting outside of Capitol buildings or government agencies, let's protest outside of the concentration camps our tax dollars are funding. And once we've stopped atrocities from happening on American soil, we can stop American tax dollars from funding other atrocities. There isn't a single doubt in my mind that every bit of actionable effort should be placed on disassembling ICE as a fundamental whole. And when we're done with them, we rip racism out, root and fucking stem. We go after domestic terrorist groups like the KKK or the Heritage Foundation for that matter, and we don't show them a lick of empathy. We never let up, because every single problem we are dealing with at present in the United States of America is a direct consequence of not dealing with the Confederacy properly after winning the Civil War, and we will not make that mistake again. Racism has echoed through the ages of American history, defiling everything constitutional, hiding in closets and laying dormant with hidden agendas, building networks and connections and allies until it was strong enough to attack democracy at its fundamental core. And it is here. Over the past few months, we have seen the intention of the racist American agenda on full tilt. This isn't anything new. This has been here. The elephant in the room that we refuse to address is now trampling American democracy and any hope we have of a free future, and enough is enough. You know, it might have been a dream that they sold us about land of the free and home of the brave, but I'm awake. And I didn't buy a dream. I bought a future, and I intend on collecting it through action. It's up. It's done. There's no more discussion. The lines have been drawn, and what is required is very clear. I hope to see you guys on August 5th.